What's going on, Fizz Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for stopping by this week. This is it, y'all. This is the final review of 2023. We started the year off with Pepsi's new lemon lime flavor Starry, which has done quite well throughout the course of the year. And today we're going to go ahead and round out the year with something that I've also never heard of, but actually has been around for a little while. Now, right off the bat, I know a lot of you are probably going to say something to the effect of, this isn't a holiday flavor. Why are you showing this now? Well, the short answer is, I'm out of holiday flavors. There weren't a lot of special new flavors introduced for the holidays this year, and I think I blew through them pretty quickly. But you know what? I'm okay with that, because you might have noticed I didn't have a video out last week. This is for a number of reasons. One, I just didn't have time. Two, I didn't really have a flavor that I really wanted to try for the week. And three, my mom was visiting from out of town, and we were just hanging out and having a good time, and I just prioritized that. But I did want to get one more review out for you guys before the year came to an end, and I found the subject for this week's review in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. While my mom was in town, we took a trip to Pittsburgh where we visited the Strip District to do some shopping. And every time we go there, I always try and make a stop at Grandpa Joe's Candy Shop on the Strip. They have a huge selection of unique and interesting soft drinks for me to choose from, and I always try and find one thing that I can review on this channel for you guys. And it was on this most recent trip that I found this. This is Brownie Caramel Cream Root Beer. It's currently bottled and sold by Orca Beverage Incorporated. They're a wholesale beverage manufacturer based out of Mocateo, Washington. I really hope I said that right. And they specialize in manufacturing and selling retro flavors that are made with pure cane sugar, which I think I've made my position pretty clear is better than high fructose corn syrup. It tastes better, it doesn't leave that residue that the corn syrup leaves, but it's cheaper to make it with the corn syrup, so that's what we get. Which is why I'm always so grateful to find products like these. Kind of takes us back to a bygone era in soft drink history. This particular flavor has its roots in Detroit, Michigan around the 1920s. It was manufactured and sold by the Atlas Beverage Company all the way until around the mid-90s. I'm not sure when Orca started making this, but I'm certainly glad that they did because I'm looking forward to trying it. But I know you guys didn't click on this video for a history lesson, so let's go ahead and get right into the content you guys are here to see. Let's go ahead and pop the top, give it the old sniff test, the final sniff test of 2023. Now, as you can see, it does have the metal cap, and every time we see one of these, we have to ask the question, does it twist off easy or are we gonna have to pry it? So let's go ahead and try and twist it and see what that gets us. All right, it does twist off. So let's go ahead and give the sniff test and see what it tells us. Okay, all right. So I'm detecting a little bit of cocoa in this, which would probably be the brownie portion of the flavor. And I can absolutely detect the smell of caramel in this. As a matter of fact, it's kind of the predominant scent in this entire mixture. And I'm willing to bet it's gonna taste the same as well. And obviously there's that classic root beer scent. And the root beer scent is kind of riding beneath everything else. Like if I had to put it in order of strongest to weakest, I would say caramel, chocolate, and root beer. But as you guys know, at this point, the sniff test is only going to get us so far. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and grab our trusty glass with ice, give it the old pour, and see if the smell stacks up with the flavor. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. All right, so that is your classic caramelized flavor. I'm sorry, color, not flavor. Although, since it has caramel scent in it, I'm sure there will be caramel flavor as well. But take a look at that. It's that classic dark brown, like you would normally expect in a root beer or a cola. And yeah, everything just smells so sweet right now, like just very pleasant. All right, y'all, you know what time it is. Time to go ahead and toss it back and see what the taste test tells us. For the last time in 2023, here's to you. Oh wow. Oh wow, this is really pleasant. Yep, just as I suspected, the caramel is the predominant flavor in this mix. And I am still detecting some cocoa in this, but the taste is not as strong as the scent. And obviously both of those flavors are layered nice and evenly on top of a noticeable root beer flavor. It is just a very enjoyable, pleasant, unique mix of flavors. And it all works very well together. I would say the only critique I have of it is I wish I could taste more of the cocoa than I currently do. But that's a very light critique. That's a very weak critique because the flavor profile that I'm currently dealing with is very impressive. And remember, this is sweetened with pure cane sugar, not the corn syrup. So it's much more pure and light sweetness than the heavy syrupy sweetness that you get with the corn syrup, which also makes it more refreshing than your conventional soft drink. So you've got a nice refreshing balance of caramel and chocolate mixed together with a very distinct root beer flavor. I think this is a pretty special flavor. It's really good. I'm a fan, and it all works really well together. Okay, so what do I think? I think that I wish I would have discovered this years ago. Like, I had no idea that this existed, but I'm really glad that I found it. Cards on the table, I'm not really much of a root beer drinker. I don't dislike it by any means, it's just not one of the first things that I reach for. But this is probably one of the best root beers I've ever drank in my entire life. Yeah, whoever idea it originally was to add chocolate and caramel flavor to a root beer with pure cane sugar, they had a really genius idea, and I salute you. This is a nice, fun, refreshing novelty flavor, and it's one of those flavors that, based on how it's constructed, is unique unto itself. Like, there's root beer, and then there's this, which completely sets it apart. I don't know where you've been my whole life, but welcome to it. All right, Fizz Nation, that's going to go ahead and do it from me. Thank you so much for the support you have shown this channel this past year. We have grown exponentially. We had less than 200 subscribers at the beginning of this year, and now we're past 400. So this one goes out to you guys. Thank you so much for making this year awesome. Like I said, this is our last review of the year. However, we do have one more video coming before the year ends. It's sort of a year-end review, but we've never done anything quite like it before. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. That'll be coming out on New Year's Eve, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Thank you again so much. You guys have a very Merry Christmas. Have a great week, and we will see you next time.